Okay, we are live from my bedroom on the road. And look both ways before you cross that road into the world of entertainment. Any source of entertainment. And if you are looking to be an entertainer or someone in the entertainment industry or be a facilitator or producer of the entertainment industry, this is for you. Live from my bedroom on the road talks to those who help themselves with their dream. Finding something you like to do it well, do it awesome, do it super spectacular, and then get paid for it. And get paid really, really well. But before you get paid really, really well, before the money comes in, you're doing it for you. The stage time is gold. The practice, the getting it done. The getting it done in the PR department, producing and getting your talent together. And the people that you meet on the way up, these are the people that you're going to remember. And those are the people who I'm calling to now, 20 plus years into the biz, and talking to them and trying to recall those stories and those reasons why where I'm still with and talking to these folks who are also still in the biz. That's why I'm here. It's my past, and the past checks up on you. First my past, then my present, and then my future, which are my children. So this is for you, kids. I hope you enjoy it. Spreading the joy seems to be the key word of this biz. If that's one of your things to do, wake up in the morning and you got to do something and you want to just make someone giggle or you want to try to put a smile on someone's face or take away some pain, this could be your gig. All right? So just make sure you look both ways before you cross that road. And this week we are talking to another open mic. It's a free show to watch. It's Friday nights at 9. KApow on Church, just down the road, 120. So you could do yourself a favor and check that out. And like to thank tires.com, second time around tires. These are the guys that make it so I can reach out and keep reaching. So please support them. Support all the people who support the show, all the locations, please, and thank you. And say Palmcast Network. Oh, yeah. Live from the bedroom. And let's hit some theme song. Every highway starts to look the same. Mile markers are my minutes in my day. Through my mirrors I can see my home behind me. I signed my soul on the dotted line. Yes, I signed my soul on the dotted line. Yes, I signed my soul on the dotted line. Okay. All right, so we are live from my bedroom, and now we're on the road. And I love being on the road, except I have family and people I don't want to leave behind. So I'm going to go on the road, like I said, in 2028 and keep it local. I'm probably going to start doing local stuff since I'm getting so inspired by visiting all these. I'm going to call them open stages, open mics, where or pro-am. I mean, I've been doing this long enough. I have a television show, but I don't want to be doing it for the money specifically. I want to be doing it for the time to make sure everything I have to scrub it into place, to mold a set, something that I'm willing to do over and over again, which is my bit or my act, and that's what I'm doing. And right now, talking to me. I've known this gentleman for a long while. I actually met him online when I was working as in Vegas as a showman. I was in a beach house party band, and we were touring around. And bands, as you know, don't actually act like a family, or if they do, I was the ousted brother. So I found myself being online, and not that I did that, but I was set up through my comedy, my home club. They actually gave me a laptop computer, and they gave me access to something. I don't even know if it exists anymore, like AOL. I don't even know if AOL even exists anymore, but I digress. I'm not in the stock market. And they gave me this laptop, and I reached out to talk to people all over the world, and I found this gentleman from my hometown. It was ridiculous, and at the time he was in another business, and he was telling me fantastic stories about where he was living and what he was doing, and then finally he went home, and I went home, and we met, and yeah, you were being a director at the time. We were in the biz. We were trying. We started a production company. We made a couple of shorts. We are always shooting things that you would like to call stuff, and that's where we are. And now you're in Toronto, and you're a co-runner, a runner of of several, if not many, if not a lot, of open stages that I've been pursuing, and I've been out to, I'm going to call it KApow.
Comedy KApow.
Comedy KApow. Did you name that, or was it named before you got there? Or?
We were trying to come up with a name, and we were going to have karaoke after. That was the plan, and it's come to fruition. Karaoke after. So we were talking to the karaoke DJ, and he said, "How about Comedy KApow?" And we're like, "Oh, that's a great name," and we called it Comedy KApow.
All right, and you're sending him residuals fortnightly for this fantastic brainstorm.
Yes, that's Shane Taylor's his name.
Shane Taylor, DJ
yes.
Shane Taylor. Hopefully, he's got to work that out.
Yeah.
Is that his stage name, DJ Shane Taylor?
That's his actual name.
No, that's his actual name. But what's his?
Yes, I think he just calls himself Shane. I don't think there's the DJ before it.
No, they don't have the DJ anymore. I thought you have, but the second you're the DJ, you can't battle that Nick. That's gonna stick.
All right, DJ Shane.
DJ. Well, I don't know. I mean, if I show up and he's standing behind, two turntables with a microphone with a headset on, halfway off, and like, how you doing? Are you the DJ?
It sounds like you haven't been to karaoke in a while.
Well, no, I do. I love karaoke. Okay. Karaoke is, or as they would call it in Japan, karaoke.
Yes.
Did you know that? Because like I'm Freudian slipping. My mother, who we have several karaoke machines. She's bought me several.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's I love karaoke. It's since I have psoriatic arthritis, it's nice to have other people play the instruments, and I love to sing.
Yes, me too. I'm not very good, but I enjoy it.
Oh no, see that is the spirit of karaoke and entertaining, and so you have other stages as well. There's other places that you perform. Is there karaoke or mixed entertainment on these stages as well? Are you involved as producer and on more than one stage?
Well, no, the only thing I'm producing right now is the Comedy KApow show.
Fantastic. What do you mean only? Friday. Yeah, every Friday night at
the 120 Diner.
At the 120 Diner on Church.
On Church. There's another show. It's a monthly show. It's an improv. It's the second Wednesday of every month. I'm producing that as well. It's called the Get It On Improv Show. Same venue, 120 Church, 120 Diner, and that's the second Wednesday of every month.
Okay, so to reach out, now this is an open stage for other sketch people to reach out to be on your stage?
Yes, for sure. I mean, if someone has a sketch troupe or an improv troupe and they'd like to perform on the Get It On show, for sure, get in touch with me.
This is what this is all about. So the kids in the room, you're talking to your adults. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's liquor served there, so kids can't come out to participate. This is an adult venue.
It's an adult venue, but kids can come and watch. I mean, it's a restaurant. It's not like a club. It's
hold on. That changes things a little bit. So now this could be that stepping stone between you're 14 to 19 years old and you're trying to find a place for yourself to be in the world of entertainment, comedy. Is there anything else going on at the venue? Because karaoke's karaoke. Is there mixed entertainment? Do people spin plates? I'm going to go with the plate spinner.
They have different nights depending on the night. There's comedy several nights a week. There's comedy on Tuesday nights there, Thursday nights, Friday nights. Saturday they have something called Latin Live, where there's a band and dancing, that sort of thing. So there are a few different evenings at the 120 Diner.
All right, so the 120 Diner, you're the producer on the Friday evening, and that's the KApow show. That
Correct.
Is also involving the karaoke.
Yes, immediately following comedy,
right.
We have the karaoke.
And so are you the host of the karaoke?
No, that's DJ Shane.
That
The
is DJ Shane, for
yes,
which
the
we spoke
gentleman.
so highly of earlier.
Yes,
All right, so DJ
he hosts
Shane.
the Keurig.
All
Yeah.
right, and then you'll go up as a participant.
Yes, as a participant.
Oh, I see. So you're involved in the production of the first half of our evening.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so I came out and I saw that you there's a hat. You put your name into a hat, and that's what stimulates the improv. So the room is
Well,
involved.
that's actually the Get It On show.
That's a
Which
Get It On show.
yes, that you can see. We originally had the Get It On show on Saturdays,
Right.
and that's a show you came to.
Was that
and
on Saturday?
That was a Saturday.
Oh, hold
Yes.
on. So you were there on a Saturday night show. Did you produce that show, the Get It On show?
Yes, but now the Saturdays at the diner are Latin Live, so Get It On has moved to Wednesday, and we're now a monthly show.
Oh, this is the monthly show. The Get It On show is the
Yes.
monthly show. See, okay, so there's my confusion. See, I don't venture out normally on a Friday. I'm doing a little shabutting with my kids. It's a holiday.
It's right.
It's
right.
a holiday, and I love me some holidays. So, anytime I have a chance to not be working,
You
because
take advantage of
well,
it.
my problem is I'm a workaholic. I can actually just keep working. That's the difference between a job and a career. If you don't know, a guy who's watching the clock is a job. He doesn't want to be there. The guy who has a career, there's not enough hours in the day to do what you want. That's
Right,
your motivator.
I don't know what that's like.
No, you do. I was with you. We were involved with a production company that I don't think has died, but it's clearly I saw a video where you were playing director and playing cameraman. So these are still functions and fashions, but you're no longer trying to shoot them as your vocation. Is it still part of your hobby or keeping you
No,
one?
no, not a hobby. I just didn't have the patience for being on set for shooting things. Just didn't have the patience for it.
I
So,
understand that.
yeah.
No, that is hurry up and wait. That is the business on set, not on live stage though, right? It's the preparation, and when it's like, okay, it's 9 o'clock, folks.
Exactly. And
Yes.
I find that much more fun. Once
Of course,
the show
it's
starts,
manic.
Everything's going.
It's
there's
already
no
manic.
waiting. It's just a lot of hurrying up.
Yes.
With no waiting.
Right. Oh, that's fit. So the live experience is that the instant gratification, the interaction with people, understanding
Yeah.
when things work right then, not having to watch it on a screen later with a room full of people smoking cigars and wondering is it funny? Is this good stuff? I think it's good stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather have the immediate response.
Yes.
And so
Okay.
I think the live show is just much more.
So
fun.
now you're the director, or the stage director, stage producer, director, creative director of a show on Friday nights, and you control the creative energy there. People thank you when they have access to your stage.
Yes, provided it goes well.
Okay, we have stories. We can have some stories. I know when I was traveling on the road, you came out to visit me with your camera. You helped me get some stuff, as we would call it.
Yes, I remember
think
that.
where was I? I was in Vermont. Was it?
Yeah, you went. I think you were in Burlington, Vermont, and I think I was in Ottawa at the time, so I drove down to meet you.
With a girl.
Yes, there was a young lady in tow, and
In tow. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to take ladies, in tow is the way to travel.
yeah, perhaps I should have chosen a different word. There.
No, in tow is great because I
Okay.
can't even recall her name. I just know that I was leaving and
Yeah.
you were staying, so I let you have my hotel room.
Yes, you did. That was very kind of you.
Well, that's not kind. That's how the road works. The road
how
has
the road
rules, and you came out to support me, and I can't tell you. You came out to support me a lot. That wasn't the only time you came out to support me in my live function. What I liked about it, it wasn't super glamorous, ever.
No, it was never glamorous. I wouldn't say super glamorous.
No, I mean, it was never that side. What I'm happy with is that you never
Yeah.
saw the penthouse with the just being by yourself, getting ready for your 1 hour show and sleeping all
Okay.
day. And that's not what we saw. We saw a hotel room set up with chairs, with a stage, with risers. I mean, in almost every
Yeah.
function, I was working in the hotel. Right? I
yeah,
think so. Yeah, that's the
I-
comedy clubs are mostly in my world. They're in the hotel when you're traveling, which is what I signed up for. I was a traveling
Yes.
road comedian,
Yes.
road performer. The word comedian.
Road
I was
performer.
clearly trying to be funny, but at the end of the day, I'm I'm more proud of my singing. So in that time, you were a writer to me, and we had a production company. We wrote some stuff. We wrote some bits. I would love to have got my hands on the mini DVs of Ralphie May doing that sketch with the People Eater hitchhiker.
I don't think we ever edited that. I
No,
think we
but it's
just
on
shot
the
it.
raw. I have 3 editing systems. If I
Oh,
get the mini,
okay.
I could edit that and turn it into something and turn it into some kind. He is. I don't want to say he's gone supernova, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's huge, and so we're still in touch. I love
Oh,
his
nice.
career. He's yeah. Well, you build friendships, and you do definitely build enemies on the road. That's for sure. But more so friendships as long as you're doing it now.
Yeah.
You're running your own room. So that's the
Right.
producer of your own room. And then being on stage, do you find that being double-edged sword, or no? This is what I like about it, the control.
No, it's fun. I like the whole thing. I just like being involved. I like the excitement of as showtime nears. I like going on stage. And these are all things that I never anticipated that I would be doing. And I'm quite surprised that this is all happening because a few years from now, if someone had said this is what I'd be doing, I would not have believed them.
No, I agree because as the director, you weren't Clint Eastwood. You didn't give any inkling that you wanted to be in front of that lens.
No, and you had actually way back when you had
And
suggested,
by the way, way back when we are talking, it's a
I'd say
long
19,
time.
yeah, I'd say 15 years. We're talking 15 years ago.
Well, you can't say 19 anything if you want to say 15, as it's 2015.
Oh, okay. So I'd say it was 1999,
Well, that can't be
maybe.
right
Does that
because
sound right?
I went away. The production company existed. I went away to the Middle East. I started a tour. I came back. Everything that I once knew was gone.
Okay.
So, but
I think when was that? 1999 or
yes,
1998?
yes, I went there for the. I thought the whole world was going to implode. So I said, "Where are you gonna go?" I'm going
Yeah.
to Armageddon.
I mean, I don't know how much of this, you want to
Yeah.
get into.
Right. No, see, okay, and I want to call you Andrew because I got to be honest. This Andy thing,
Yeah.
Toy Story's killed Andy for everybody. Can I just
Okay,
say that?
sure.
Unless it's Andy something or Andy one, Andy do. Like
Yeah.
I have
I
nothing
think,
but fun with the word Andy. But Andrew, I know you as,
yeah.
or
Um,
Sir. Sir's Limited. Is that still
yeah.
does that still exist as a production company?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think any of this exists. I mean, these were just. I mean, I was very immature at the time, and I think I had ideas and
Immature.
didn't
Yeah,
necessarily.
yes, you were young and you had ideas
And
and you were fulfilling them.
but I don't think I was fulfilling them back then. I think I just sort of had ideas, and this was fun, that was fun,
Right.
but there was very little follow through. So in terms of what we were working on back then and our ideas, I think it was very much sitting around, coming up with stuff we thought was funny,
Right.
but not really doing anything with it. It was more just kind of. I think I was a little all over the place,
Oh, fair
and
enough.
I
Well, you're allowed to have been. I was only involved in the creative production side.
yeah.
I also helped with getting a location, I think, above the comedy club, giving us a place to wheel. And I was always in a wheelchair. That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
That was our
Uh,
dolly. That was going to
yeah,
be
I
the
remember.
dolly
I
shot.
remember the wheelchair.
Yeah, so I shot several short films for the union with that wheelchair.
Oh, nice.
It's a very lovely dolly shot. That's what it was for. Um, it's inexpensive and it gets the job done. But at the end of the day, producing these shorts, so you never really felt that they went anywhere. Did you? But you're not. Did you stay in the biz after? Because I saw you
No,
online being a
you know what?
director, directing
I
stuff on
did.
set.
Yeah, I did. I did. I produced a few short films over the next few years with some friends, and that's where I sort of realized that filmmaking wasn't for me. The guys that I worked with at that time are all doing really well, and they're producing, directing, making videos, commercials, movies. But I realized very early that I just didn't have the patience. It just wasn't my temperament to, um, as you said, sit around, hurry up and wait, I guess is the term you used. That wasn't for me.
Right. Oh, hold on. 1998. See, so I'm because I'm in Vegas and I'm now looking online to talk to people, and that's where I met you. 1998.
Yeah, that
1998.
sounds right.
Yeah.
And I remember back then, I would go and watch your shows, and you would suggest that I try stand up and try performing.
Right.
And you encouraged me to try that. But every time I'd come to the club and watch, uh, as soon as I imagined myself up there, my heart would race. I'd start sweating. I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack. Uh,
No, actually, it sounds like you are having a panic attack.
yes, I was having one just even
Yeah.
contemplating it,
Yeah.
and but it was always something I wanted to do, and having that experience of hanging around while you were doing your shows and meeting other comedians and watching, it was always in the back of my mind. But at the same time, uh, I had such a fear of actually going up on stage and performing in front of an audience that I was 100% certain that it would never happen, it would be never something I would try. Um, but eventually I did.
And here we are, and now you're
And
on a
here we are.
circuit. I've seen your name beside many stages. I just didn't know if you were involved or not. That's what I was saying. Do you have a list of the stages that you have performed on in the city of Toronto, and have you ventured out on the road?
You know what? I haven't ventured out too far, other than last week when I was on vacation in Vegas, and I did a few open mics, and that was the first time I was on a stage outside of Ontario.
Now, did you notice that you then became the Canadian?
Yes, I became the Canadian. That's correct.
And when you're in Canada, do you feel like the Canadian?
No, in Canada I do not feel like the Canadian, but
It-
there I became the Canadian.
yeah, but so much so, in fact, that they already had jokes pre-written for you.
Um,
You know what I mean? You show up, and now
yes.
with the English accent, you're a loyalist, like for sure. Like there's no doubt in anyone's mind if they're a little educated, and
I
that's
was a as a curiosity from up north, venturing down.
yeah. Did anyone call you on your accent?
No, no one did.
Well, that's
No.
just weird, don't you think?
I don't know.
You don't know. Do you think you sound like someone from Timmins?
No, I don't think I sound like someone from
How about someone
Timmins.
from Toronto?
No, I don't even think. I mean, I have my accent is a little bit of a mix. So,
And what would you say your accent is? Because it could be. I don't
well,
actually know. I keep going English, but it's not English at all.
no, I lived in England for 4 years as a kid. So
Oh,
that
so it is England. Okay.
yeah. So that definitely plays a. I mean, there's a slight. Certain words I think I pronounce where you can tell the English accent.
Right. So on the road in Vegas, which is basically where I think this is true. If you're in this business to perform, at some point that is our haven.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously, at that's a goal down the road, um, to perform there and not just on an open mic.
Well, here's the thing. See, not just on open mic. See, if you knew you were going there, you could have called those open mics ahead and told them what you're doing in your room.
Hmm.
All right, and then positioned yourself in a fashion to get to their room in a higher regard or next time you show up, because that's what it was the audition process I found in America. I'd have to go
Well,
everywhere twice.
right. Well, I mean, when I went down there, I wasn't even sure I was gonna do any open mics. I just wanted to go away for
I'm
a
so
few
glad when you
days.
told me you did, because that lets me know, a writer writes, a performer
Yeah.
performs, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly. But when I went down, I just wanted to get away for a few days somewhere warm. I go to the buffet. Really, that's
Okay. I
yeah.
actually don't know you to be that. I guess I know, right? Crab leg. Sure. Right. What am I
I
thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking get away for a few days, enjoy some nice buffets.
Yeah.
That was my goal. But once I got down there, I was like, I want to perform. I don't want to let a few days go by without getting on stage, because I've been getting on stage almost every night. So I found an open mic. I went there. Everyone was very friendly. They told
Yeah, I
me,
know. It's supposed to be like this. I think I was kissing girls the other day, and then I kept kissing girls. I kiss girls every day. Sometimes I just don't want to kiss girls. The point of stand-up, at least if I
yes,
get it, it's in you. It's something that the performing bug is the
yes,
performing
yes.
bug. It's not like you're doing it because, it's like, that's the best. It's a want and a need.
Yes, it is, and I discovered that while I was down there that I wanted to get up on stage. I just didn't want my whole idea of getting away and resting and eating, as nice as that sounded, and which I did do, but I still wanted to get up and perform, and so
Yeah. And how much time would they give you? I mean, even if I came out and if someone was looking to do some time at KApow, how much time are we given?
Kapow, it's depends on how tight our lineup is, but I'd say 5 to 7 minutes
Okay.
is the general set
And what
for
happened out there
comics.
on the road?
Yeah, on the road, that's how much time I got. The first room, I think I maybe did 6 or 7 minutes. The next night I did 5, and then the next night maybe 5 as well.
Right.
It was, I mean, it depends on the show. It depends on how many comics are booked. It depends
Right.
on, I mean, but yeah,
Right,
five to
because in the
seven.
sake of business, I always found myself with the negotiation. Well, it's only 5 minutes would be the thing. No, you got to get there. You have to support the club. That costs $1.50. And then you have to do your time, which you're very happy to do, and then you got to get home. So
Right. So it takes several hours of your evening, and you're only up there for 5 minutes. But I mean,
five to seven, yeah,
exactly. But you're learning in other ways because
yeah,
you're watching
yeah,
how things are done. You're watching
yeah.
how people run their rooms.
Right.
You're meeting other comics. You're hearing
Right.
stories.
Yeah, I suggest you don't tell anybody other than this cast. And I got to be
Yes.
honest, this cast it runs long. It runs like content. It's your mom and my mom. Most people aren't listening straight through. I'm going to be building content and turning things into bites, into bits,
Okay.
into
Cool.
clips and segments. But I am going to let it be all out there, just with our pants down, because I'm doing what I'm doing. This is my open mic. This is me learning the craft, hopefully, of learning how to. I don't see you right now, even though we're talking on Skype. I don't want there to be the video,
Hmm.
because I'm trying to get another side of the business. If I can pull it off, if I can see you, it's easy to react. I'm more of a visual person to try to get people engaged and such. So I'm utilizing this whole cast scenario as another venture. And
Right.
other people I talk to, like yourself, this is why you don't do one of these and then put it out there on Facebook, right before a show. Just come on out, guys, and use your own voice and have a bit or do a bit and be creative and have fun with it, because that's what we're here to do. Make stuff, using that word that we always used, and that's your word you threw to me. I don't know what I'm
Yes.
doing. I'm making stuff, but you just came back to me and said, you know what? I don't know what the heck I was doing. I was just making stuff. Now, that was my
Yeah.
motivator. The making of stuff is very important. The doing, and that's part of this. Kids out there, do it. You don't know if you like to do it until you do it.
Yes. Exactly.
Do it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
so I did this on my own dime. I'm still doing this on my own dime. I've asked for people to support me. I've received some support. I do have sponsors. They allow me to have a little bit of stretch, allowing me to have a little bit of what we like to call in the internet business reach. And so this is part of the day. So I'm
Right.
glad you went on the road. So you're going to go on the road again?
I'd like to. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So you're going to put together some kind of tour because you're the producer. You're the
I you know what,
producer.
right now, I mean, I've only the first time I went on stage was, I guess, 15 months ago, so not that long ago.
Okay.
And so I'm at the point right now. I just want to get as much experience as I can. I want to do as many different rooms as I can. I want to put myself in situations where I get nervous, I get uncomfortable. Um, I want to.
Right, because that's not stand-up anymore. Now we're doing something kind of interesting. I think this might be your sketch. You're looking to get yourself improv-y. You're in
Well,
Second City still? Are you still
well,
taking?
I took the Second City Improv class, but my reasons for taking that were more to help with my stand-up. I don't really want to necessarily do sketch or improv. I want to do stand-up.
You want to do so?
So
So now after, so you have your. I'm sorry, I won't remember the name. Go Get 'em Thursdays, but it's on Wednesday.
get it on improv show.
Yeah, right. And
Yes.
you're involved in the
Okay.
show still, but that's not your first and
Yes.
foremost. Are you the host of that show, or the producer of that show?
Producer of the show.
So you enjoy
And
sketch comedy. You like the
yes,
energies.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yes,
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I just don't really think it's necessarily for me. I don't
Okay.
know. I think my I want to focus on stand up
Okay, so
as a
so tell me
performer.
again about the uncomfortable, because I actually I spun that into my acting. Like, I'm a performer straight across the board, but it's, the acting that I'm trying to, would be when I'm trying to absorb these other things, like putting myself into an uncomfortable situation. Like, my problem
Yeah,
is that, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I think what stopped me from trying stand up for so many years was just a fear of going on stage. And I mean, it was such a thrill to overcome that and do it and want to do it more, um, that I want to challenge myself now in terms of, overcoming those uh,
You're gonna call
those
them
fears.
fears? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So I think improv is something I know I'm not very good at. Singing is something I'm not very good at.
But you're
So
gonna
if
do it anyways. Who
I'm going to do it
cares?
anyway.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Forget these people.
So that's something that I want to be doing. I want to be doing improv. I want to be doing karaoke because I think it just helps toughen me up as a performer for stand up. Just to be in situations where I know I'm not going to be very good. I know the audience isn't going to be wowed by what I'm doing, but I'm still going to go out there and do it.
I don't
So I
know.
think
It's like saying I'm a door-to-door salesman, but I have to knock on a lot of doors, and I know they're not going to answer the doors. So instead, I knock on doors that they're not even going to open. I know they're not going to open because they're like mortuaries. Like,
well,
like
no,
I'm
I don't.
toughening my knuckles up because I know there's going to be a lot of doors to knock on.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think that's a
I don't want you
legit.
to hurt yourself. Here's my problem with the
Okay,
mindset of,
sure.
of the performer.
Yeah,
You're looking for love in all the wrong places. It's a good song.
yeah,
Yeah, when I say how are you doing, I mean that more to the performer than anybody else on the planet. Well, maybe a dentist and a nurse and a gay person. I mean,
right.
how are you doing? I mean, seriously, is everything good? Yeah, I'm strong in my community. But seriously, you want to know. I really want to know. Because the world of stand-up comedy, it comes from that fine line of courage, stupidity, bravery, and it's you're putting yourself already in danger. So you're trying to toughen yourself up, and I'm like, why would
Right.
you should be toughening your with the jokes. I mean,
Well, here's the
unless you're going to sing in your act and you're going to become William Hung. And by the way, William Hung made a career.
well, I'll put it this way. I
She
think that
bang, she bang. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm not. It's toughening myself up is one element, but at the same time, I am learning skills that I think can help me uh, as a stand-up.
Like holding the microphone in the right spot,
All
mic
of that.
control.
Like, I mean, for example, you can go to karaoke night and you get up on stage 4 times during the evening, and every time you've got a mic in your hand and you're on stage, you're in front of people, you can walk around the stage. If you do a stand-up show, you're only going up there once. So I think I am taking advantage of stage time by doing that. In and as far as improv goes, I think it's just teaching me to be quicker in reacting. Maybe if I'm reacting to whoever's in the scene with me,
Okay,
but
okay.
that can help me react to the audience. I mean, if somebody says something in the audience that I'm not expecting, um, I think doing improv can help me be prepared for that, and so it doesn't throw me completely off my set. It doesn't cause me to go into a panic. So I think I'm learning skills doing these other activities that can help me. So I just think
No, I
performing,
think you're right. That's
yeah,
great. If it works for you, you bring it into your life, and this is something that's working for you. For me,
right,
I love to sing. I
right,
actually would rather sing my jokes than, say them. I think every joke should be put to song, and then I can get away with something. So no, I love to sing. I
yeah.
think that I think people are better for hearing me sing.
Yes,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that changed my life hearing you sing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go for.
Changed my life.
Yeah, I'm not trying to people. I don't want to make people change. What I'm trying to do is glean. All I
Okay.
can do is glean. I can't teach. I can only have a little something, and you have to see it. I can't even tell you what it is. All I can
Right.
do is be my authentic me. And now that we're here, like in a full circle mesh, so you have
Hello?
done the touring, you are doing all this stuff.
Can you
See,
hear
I
me?
I
I can't hear.
I can hear you. The internet connection problem. There's a problem with the interconnection between you two. Hello? Well, that's interesting. Okay, so we're going to try to get him back, and we're going to ask the questions, which is what we always do in these casts, because I was actually just wrapping up, saying we saw all these things. We see those little gems of what people are bringing to the forefront, and that is clearly one of the gems. And that gem is do what you need to do to make you successful in this game. You can't take what other people are saying. What you're doing it's your vision. That's what this creation is about. I'm about the creation. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I find myself just doing stuff creatively to make sure the juices of being creative are being proactive and hopefully writing the little sketches that I'm doing, as well as I'm trying to be creative outside of this environment. This environment needs to be broken down after, and editing and breaking things down and looking at stuff in different POVs, taking things out of context and reinventing what was said before with a new beginning and a new tale. This is what we're creating here. This is all content that I am now building for this new environment, and I love using the technology, and by love, other than my wife, because you can only love animate things, you can't love inanimate things. A car can be only liked a lot. I like that car a lot. That's all you can actually do is like that car a lot. You can't love a thing. You can say it, and that's what's going to diminish what love actually is. And of course, Facebook brought me love. Facebook brought me the definition of love through that love is the verb. I treat it like a verb to struggle, an active verb. So when you love somebody, it's active. All right. So what are we doing? We are going to try to reach out so I can ask those questions. That's what we were doing. We were wrapping up to get the finalize. To ask, my kids are in the room to ask those questions, so that he can be involved with that other concept of building this environment on the Palmcast network. I can also say thank you to those who have reached out and helped and supported. Thank you to you, and for liking and sharing on Facebook. I'm utilizing the Facebook community. Man, that's just say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Oh, that was just the worst impression of George. I said, doctor. I got to do some impressions. That's what I should be doing. I should be working on my impressions on these things. That's the best part. You have the microphone, you have the headset, you just keep working through. But I'm more like, yeah, I am an impressionist because most of my stuff is somebody else's. But at the same time, I'm capable of working through. The concept of a back and forth conversation of what the topic is, and just it can make it more and more zany. Without another person, it's just going to keep getting more and more aloof outside of itself. That's interesting. My goodness, there's no answer. No answer. No answer. That's just no answer. The technology that has no answer. This has no answer. So the questions have to be asked. They have to be asked. At some point, the question has to be asked, and we're going to ask them here on the road. There you go. That's enough of a commercial break. Oh, I wonder who it could be. Hi, you're live from my bedroom on the road.
Hey, I got disconnected.
You got punched in the face with technology. The brass knuckles of cellulite. Or cellulose, or whatever they build them with. Something silly. Yes.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No, it's okay. Now, I'm going to keep the rant. The whole time that you were away,
yeah,
I was just talking.
Oh, you're just okay.
I was just chit-chatting about technology, and that I was just at the moment of wrapping up. At that moment, I was just saying, well, that's great. So we had you on the road. You're now doing your thing. It's good to hear from you, right? Andy, which is what you're now called. Right, we're going with Andy. And you're gone again. Hold on while we try to get him back.
I'm back.
Yeah, but I'm reading. It says, hold on while I try to get you back. Meanwhile, look at our sponsors. Yeah. Fantastic. So I was just wrapping up Andy, saying that you're now Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like Andy? That's your
Yeah, I mean, I've always some people call me Andy, some people call me Andrew, and I just thought Andy just sounds better, I think, on stage. So I was like, oh, all right, cool.
right. And the last name, are you still being
Oh,
with your last
there's
name?
yeah, Fruman, Fruman. But there was another. I took my first improv class that I took. Uh, there was two Andrews in the class, so the teacher said, "Who wants to be Andy?" So I said, "Okay, I'll be Andy." And so that, I guess, is might have been the catalyst for
Being Andy. I mean,
for
someone
being.
asked who in this room wants to be Andy. All right.
Yeah. Which of the two Andrews wants to be
Yeah. Were
Andy?
you
And
okay? Like you're like, yeah, I've been Andy, or you're like, it's gonna be me, or no, I'll be Andy. I'll be Andy.
No, I'd been Andy in the past before, so I said, okay, I'll take
I
it. I'll do it.
All right, all right. So
Yeah, I'll do it.
Andy, I have questions from my kids. I have three boys now. It's been a
Okay.
while since we've chit chatted. Not since I was
Yes.
out since the Saturday, but we since we got involved. So the 10-year-old and the 8-year-old and the 6-year-old all have their own questions, and this is how I
Okay.
make this unique to them. I ask their
Okay.
questions, and then they listen to the whole situation. So my first son, who came to the world to me first,
Hmm.
his name is Benjamin.
Benjamin. Okay.
Yep, Benjamin, the right hand of God.
Hello, Benjamin.
Yes. Thank you. And now he'll hear his name. His ears will perk up. He might even look up from his iPad for a second, or iPod, or something with an eye, or poke me in the
Yeah.
eye. Perfect. And he would then summarize. So you've now found a direction in your life. You are out. You're working on struggling with the performance anxiety and making yourself stronger and stronger to one day tour and be involved as a traveling, touring, entertaining comedian.
That'll be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I got a lot of wind. That was a lot of wind. I got a
That
lot of wind
was.
on that microphone. Are,
Hang
are,
on. Let me
are
let me
you
put the.
running? Are you running right now? Do you have your headset on and you're just kind of running in circles around your computer at some point to get shorter
Well,
and
okay.
shorter and shorter to be?
What happened was when I got disconnected,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I ran to where the router was and I unplugged it and plugged it back in,
Right, right. Oh, the
and
router.
then yeah, and then I ran back and then I still wasn't connected, so I ran back to the router and then I
Okay.
came back. So
Right.
I've actually done a bit of exercise while we were
Right.
disconnected.
Yeah, so you're breathing a little heavy. Now there's
I
no
get,
smoking in restaurants here in Toronto
which is wonderful.
right, but you're still out of breath. So I would have told you 10 years ago, even though I know you do not smoke or
Not a
inhale,
smoker.
you
Yeah,
say things like fresh cola. I love fresh cola.
fresh cola. That's right.
Yes, I've never heard any. Have you said that on stage? Because I've
No,
never
but
heard that,
it's
fresh
it's
cola.
fresh cola because it's sometimes you'll go to a place and you get fountain pop and it's just not that good. So it's nice to get it out of a can, freshly opened can. You can hear the sound that makes when the can opens. That's fresh cola.
No, I understand what it is. I love fresh cola. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I'm
Fresh
surprised.
cola.
I'm surprised that no one else has used that term. It just
I've never heard
seems. It
fresh cola.
seems as a cola drinker,
No.
it just seems to make sense.
Yeah, I never heard the word fresh to describe it. Like if it's already opened, is like, does it still have fizz? Is it still fizzy?
That's fresh. When it's got fizz, that's fresh.
No, but if it
That's
still has, all it has to do is still have fizz,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now
No,
it's fresh.
yeah, that's why
No, see the way see that's what I thought was funny was you'd open up a new fresh cola.
yeah.
With the fresh, but it's the ch. It doesn't matter if there's just a little inch at the bottom, and I go ch. It's
Yeah,
still
that's
fresh.
No. You could tell how.
No. If I get the full I get the
Yes.
full and there's still an inch at the bottom. It's
Yeah.
still fresh.
Yes, but you're
Okay.
never gonna get that. You're
Oh
never,
no! Now you're just becoming argumentative. I'm not
no,
looking
you're
for an
never.
argument. I'm looking for
If
distinction and
there's just a
definition.
little inch at the bottom, you're not gonna get that fresh sound. We both know that.
We both know you're not going to get the fresh sound if there's only an inch at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
you know what we both don't know?
What is that?
The theater of the mind.
Yeah, you'd have to. Well, I
No, so
guess.
here I am. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here with a bottle. If you don't believe me, write me a letter. But I'm
Uh-huh.
sitting here right now with a big bottle, a 2-liter bottle of Coke, of cola,
Oh,
of cola.
that sounds wonderful.
It is,
Sounds
it is, it
wonderful.
is. And now I'm going to shake it. I'm going to shake it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm shaking it.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm going to open it up.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
this will be
Whoa, that's a good sound.
It is. So I'm going to say theater of the mind.
Yeah.
Because cola and water in a glass
Mm-hmm.
can sound exactly the same.
Oh, that was water in a glass?
No,
Are you
no,
trying to
no,
tell
no.
me
I'm just saying they could be
trick?
because
Is
it's.
that a trick?
How's it a trick? It's a radio trick. Watch
Yeah.
this. I'm on a horse.
Okay.
I'm on a. So yes, theater of the mind. That's another reason why I like what I'm doing here. I'm writing sketches, hopefully as well, to pull this off by meeting people who are involved in being hilarious. And I got to be honest, that last 2.5 minutes that we just did would in my world is a clip.
Yeah, that sounded like a good clip to me.
Right. So I would take that at some point and hopefully ask somebody to help me sponsor it, so I could then put it out to 6 to 25,000 people in Toronto. So and brought to you thanking KApow and them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is the idea. That's all I got going for me. So going back to my kids, the 10-year-old,
Right.
the 8-year-old, and the 6-year-old. This is how we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very
They
much
have
for your time.
questions.
Yes, they have questions, but as children should.
Let's get to the question.
Yes, and if they were here right now, I would have them ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they're not. They're at school. But if they were here, I would have them ask.
Okay,
So-
so they prepared these questions ahead of time, is what you're saying?
Right. And the first question, and I'm helping with the setup, is so he has listened to the whole cast and he now knows who you are, and then he's going to set you up and then ask you a question. So
Okay.
you are this. You would like to be touring. You're set up with the KApow, and then at 9 p.m. on the Friday nights, you're asking people to
Right.
come out. You also are touring within Ontario and around. You're available for bar mitzvahs and weddings for 5 to 7, and you keep it nice and clean. And you also like to, because the kids can come out to KApow. So if you want to listen, there's a moment there.
Touring Ontario sounds quite extravagant. Like I'd say, would you consider going to Oshawa this evening touring?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
No,
okay,
that's
then.
by the way, that's on the
Yeah.
road, and
Okay.
my sponsor over there, he has another location, so you can stop off,
Wow.
get yourself some snow tires, pull over to Tires, second time around in Oshawa, and say, hey, is it Oshawa? Maybe it's
Wow.
Whitby. You'll be at the pass through.
Well, a friend of mine is driving tonight, and
Well, tell him about the tires. Well, tell him about the cast. Tell him about the cast. So you should go to the Palmcast network, and I'm gonna launch this on Friday night. So, but then it's there for the week and it's available, and then I'm gonna put it on SoundCloud and the rest of it, just so it can be out there. But that's just content. That's how it is. So my son again is just trying to set up the question, and the question is, what up?
The question is what?
What up?
What up? Okay. What up? I'll interpret that as what's up, and I will say that things in general in my life are up. I'm happy happier than I've ever been in many, many, many years. I'm finally passionate about something that I'm enjoying, and I wish I would have started doing this sooner. I wish I would have got on stage sooner. I regret letting so much time go by before I tried this, but I'm glad I finally did. And maybe because I waited longer, I might appreciate it more now than I would have sooner. So in terms of what up, I'd say things in general are up.
That is a great answer, and I believe when we were I had 5 shows. Like I had the most ridiculous amount of time for you if you wanted stage time.
Yes, and I never took advantage of it.
No, but I offered you every time. Now I'm thinking about it. I can actually see you pacing back and forth during, in my world,
Yeah.
classic Andrew. I still do the impression today, because
Yeah.
it's, hey Andrew, you should go on stage. I can't go on stage. No.
Yeah.
No.
That sounds like it. That
Yeah.
sounds like it could have been me back then.
Yeah, you were panicked.
Because-
You were panicked, and
Yeah.
it was funny. I cannot go on stage if you only go in a minute. So,
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
the idea of going on stage just
Yeah,
filled me
no,
with
I'm
dread.
happy to hear that you're coming out of your shell, and in such fact, you're going out there to do things that you know you need real improvement on. I mean, your
Right.
comedy, I've only seen improv because I came out on the Saturday. You told me
Yeah,
I haven't seen
you
your
haven't seen
stand
me
up
do stand up. No, that's correct.
unless you're on YouTube. Can I go to YouTube and see your 5 to 7
No, you have to come to a show.
live? Did you hear that, people? You got to go to the live show.
You got to
That's
come to
what
a
you
live
got to
show.
do and
That's
support
right.
on the Friday. Okay,
You definitely do.
so my second oldest, Samson with no P,
Okay.
like Samson and Delilah.
Hmm.
Because how do you get stronger name than the right hand of God? He has 2 questions. His first question is, what's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite. Wow. Okay.
It's a PG show. He's 8 years old and he's asking you.
I like. I would say. If I could, if I think, oh wow, I'd say go to a nice buffet for dinner. That's my favorite thing.
In Vegas,
It doesn't have to be in Vegas. It could be right here in Toronto.
as long as the
I
weather's nice.
As long as the weather's nice, I really enjoy. I you got a lot of variety of foods. They'll refill your pop over and over. You got a great dessert coming at the end, and you're not limited. You can have a bit of cake, you can have a bit of jello, you can have a bit of ice cream, a bit of pastry. That if I'd say if I could spend an hour doing anything, that's what I would be doing.
Okay, that is a
Yeah.
fantastic answer. For the next question, it's what's your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, that's so hard. That's a very hard question because there's so many things I enjoy eating. Wow.
Wow, we
Wow.
stumped the chump. I don't know what you
Yeah,
did there,
that's
Samson. That was a great question. See, someone also changed the question last time because you're all stumped. So give yourself a chance to think.
I'm gonna go
The
with ice cream. Ice cream. I
ice
like.
cream.
Yeah, I enjoy like maybe a little variety. So I've got a um, scoop of vanilla, maybe a scoop of chocolate chip, um, maybe a scoop of strawberry. Like I'm a classic flavor type of guy. I like
I
the
think that's
classics.
it's something called. I call it Napoleon, but I think it's a Neapolitan.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
You
big
get a
into
handful
that.
of chocolate chips from anybody, and you just throw it in there.
Throw it
You're
in
in
there.
heaven.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's okay. There we go. We got chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, some chocolate chips, maybe some chocolate sauce.
Yeah, just throw
Uh,
it all in there in the
yeah,
box.
yeah.
Just throw it in the
Oh,
box.
it's also good. It's also good. Yeah.
Okay, get
Okay.
out of your coma, my friend.
Okay.
But the sidestep, while I was giving you a chance to think, so people at home don't think I pulled them away at candy, is the what's your favorite thing to make?
Favorite.
If you had to make it and eat it, what would be then your fave, your go to?
Okay, this is eating.
This is still eating because
Still
you,
eating.
you you gave a little too much. Oh, I'm just beaten by this question. So
Okay, favorite thing to make. Okay, this is hard too because I'm not a great cook, so it's got to be something that I can prepare. You know what? I make pretty good tacos. I make pretty good tacos.
okay, there you are, folks.
Yeah.
Yep. So ladies, if you're here,
Yeah.
he'll be inviting you back for some tacos.
For some tacos, that's right.
Yeah.
So save some stomach space because make a big batch of them.
The taco train is she coming. All right, so now I have my third oldest child. And my
Okay.
third oldest child is the most inquisitive because that's who he is. But it's very quick questions, or you can think on them. I've heard minutes of answers on these, so please feel free.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite number?
My favorite number.
This is right. This is the question from the 6-year-old.
That's
Yeah.
the question. I'm gonna say my favorite number would be two.
You're going with 2.
I'm going with two. I'm
Just-
going with two because two is company. Two is one is I'm somebody who can I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I don't mind eating by myself. I can operate well as a single unit, but it's always nice to do things with a friend. And so I'm gonna say two, because two means you're doing something with a friend.
And that's what we're doing here right now.
That's what we're doing here, right? Exactly.
Right now.
So
Okay.
two.
2 is a good answer. So then the next question would be, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color. Wow, wow. If someone, I've been told I have no fashion sense whatsoever. I have no idea when it comes to colors and stuff like
I
that.
mean, there isn't a
But
color that you're attracted to that you see something. Oh,
yeah,
that's
you know what I like? I'm wearing a nice light blue shirt right now. I'll go with a nice sort of not really not baby blue so much, but not royal blue, something maybe in the middle,
something in
whatever
the
that's
middle.
called. Well, yeah,
Sky
whatever it's
sky
called.
blue.
Sky blue. Sky blue is
Yeah.
I give me some sky blue.
So from the
Uh,
last cast from the Comedy
yeah.
Underground, who's around the corner from you there at 670 Queen Street East, Sky Blue was her answer too. She
Wow.
runs a club as well.
Wow.
Just saying, there's some commonalities here.
Wow. Sky blue. Yeah.
Sky Blue. All right.
Yeah.
All
I'm on the
right.
sky blue team.
Okay. So what's your favorite song?
My favorite song. Okay.
Now I can
Wow.
change that for you because you went crazy with the food. But I have this. What's your favorite song right now?
Right now, you know what my favorite song is right now, and it's because I just went away for a few days,
Brick
and I
House.
listened to the song.
Brick
No,
House.
not Brick House, but I listened to the song in the airport on repeat before I took off, and I'm not a fan of flying. It makes me nervous,
Is
so
it
I
the hold
listened
on?
to.
Is it the flying? Is it the height, or is it the confined space?
It's the taking off. It's the taking off.
It's the taking
Because
off.
in my head, I'm just like, this doesn't make sense how this is possible. It just doesn't make sense how this machine is going to go. I know there's science behind it, obviously, and you know, it all makes sense. But in my head, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense that this piece of machinery is going to just suddenly take off and go 30,000 feet in the air and arrive in another city in a few hours. It just seems so crazy to me that I get nervous before, and I get really nervous when I'm on the plane right before takeoff. And that moment when it takes off, I get really, once it's in the air and it's leveled off, then I'm fine. But it's that moment, the before flying, sitting on the plane before taking off, that I get very nervous. So I was listening to jet plane.
No. You,
Uh,
you cut in, cut out. I actually thought that it wasn't happening, but it did just happen. Are you walking around?
no, I'm just sitting right here.
Oh, okay. Cut in, come out. So you were listening to
Leaving on a jet plane
oh
on
by
repeat.
by who? By who was
Oh,
singing?
I was listening to the John Denver version.
Nice. Well, there he died nicely.
Yeah, in a plane crash.
He did.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
so
technically.
it occurred to me while I was listening to the song
Right.
that I was like, oh, that's not good. That's
No,
not good.
but that's
not,
good
that's not what
comedy.
it
See, if you were still directing,
yeah, and then
this
so
is a
exactly.
great picture right there. That's funny.
Yeah, so and then it occurred to me, and when it occurred to me, I was like, "Oh my God!" And it just made me panic that much more. But then I was like, "No, keep listening to it, because this is another way of sort of maybe facing fears, overcoming them." So I kept listening to "Leaving on a Jet Plane" on repeat while waiting for the plane to take off, even knowing how John Denver.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
no, that's a good bit. I don't know why I said go back to being a director. That's a good story. At the same time, you have an accent to me, and if you played it up even more, like listen to Monty Python before you go on stage one night, just to kind of beef it up. Maybe have a shot
Okay,
of
okay.
a shot of scotch.
Shot of scotch. I like
Have a
that.
shot of scotch,
Yeah.
and then listen to some Monty Python, some classics, and then just
Okay.
go up on stage and say, I don't like to travel, but I went on this cast to talk about and support him. He supported me. Please www.palmcast.com. And you were talking about traveling, being on the road, and then I would tell that story, but I would tell that story with. And then I started getting panicked. I was panicked. I was just, and then I went, wait, maybe this is what I should do and face my, but sell it with the voice.
Exactly.
Be a storyteller like Bill Cosby. Like it was how he told the story. Be dramatic.
Right.
And I'm
Be
suggesting.
dramatic. Well, that's we're talking about
And you know
improv
what? I don't know what the heck I'm talking
earlier.
about. Now I'm giving you direction like I don't need to give you. You do what you're doing. I've never even seen your act.
Okay.
I have my fist in my bottom, kids.
Well,
You
you're gonna
follow
have to
your
come
own
and see.
dream. I don't know what the
You
hell I'm
are gonna
talking
have to
about.
come and see. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to come and see my act.
I will, but you have to
Yeah.
perform somewhere that's
Okay.
not on a Friday.
Okay, I can do that.
No, you actually can't. You should look at your
No,
own
come
schedule.
come
You-
to Oshawa. Come to Oshawa tonight. It's
yeah,
beautiful
that's what
this
I'm
time
going to
of-
do. No, I can't
It's
wait.
beautiful this time of year. Come to Oshawa tonight. It's beautiful this time
Yeah,
of year.
you know what? You need to call it the schwa. And is the only people I know that work out that way? Lincoln Trudeau. Is Lincoln Trudeau on the show tonight?
Lincoln Trudeau might be a good dude. Yeah, he's sometimes there in Oshawa.
Well, you know what, folks? I don't know. I've never seen, as I said, I've never seen this stand-up. But if you're going out to the schwa, you live in that area. Lincoln
Yeah.
Trudeau is a treat for me, anyways.
Yes, he is.
I love his carving out the words. He is a smith. You can
Yes.
actually hear the mallet hitting the tones when he's up on
good-
stage.
Good way of describing him.
Yeah, well, he's also because that's what he is. He's telling me
Yeah.
jokes, and you can then take his joke if you're not Lincoln Trudeau and duplicate it. But he also has drama in his delivery
Yeah.
with other jokes where he takes it to another place, and
Yeah.
you have to again he brings the drama to things that should not have drama. And I say, now he's gonna.
Hopefully he's there tonight.
I hope he is, but if
Yeah, it'd be
he's
nice,
not,
nice to have a beverage with Mr. Trudeau.
right. And lastly, not but leastly, for my son guy, so like I should call up Lincoln. I should talk to Lincoln doing this exactly. He's on the road. He's doing this. He's been at the same location. So my son, the last one. How old are you?
How old I am? That's a gentleman never tells.
No, I think I like that as an answer. Now, he's 6 years old in asking that
Okay.
question, and I won't answer that question. And if someone asks me that question, I say 52. Next
Yeah.
year I'll say 53. Basically, by the time it's 2028, I want to be 70.
I'll go with 52 as well then, because I'd like to be 70 as well soon.
2028.
Yeah, so 52. Give me that. I'll take 52.
You'll take because you look good for 52.
I look great for 52.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why if you say 52, people take a step back and
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real in the show business sense because that's what I'm here. I'm here to show some business and be a part of the show. I'm more in the charity business. So again, thank you for your time and donating it to me. I'm going to be promoting you out there on my site. Please tell your friends and follow on Facebook. And again, thank you very much for giving me your time. I'm now going to turn off our recording device and call this the end of the cast. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for having me on.